I was on an oil rig, 300 miles offshore, when the satellite phone rang. It was 3:14 a.m. The sea was black glass, and the wind had gone silent. "Mr. Hale," the voice said, "this is Detective Mercer from Houston PD. Your son's been found unconscious in a parking lot." My breath caught before my body did. In the background, I heard machines beeping, steady, clinical, detached. Then Mercer's tone shifted. "Your ex-wife's husband did it. Witnesses say he was bragging about it." Something in my chest went still. I didn't speak, didn't curse, didn't even blink. The call ended with static. My foreman saw my face and called for the company helicopter. They thought I was headed to shore for an emergency. They didn't know which emergency. They didn't know the kind that wakes something old in you, the kind that smells of gasoline and silence. They also didn't know who I used to be, and I preferred it that way. The hospital smelled like bleach and lies. My son's face was swollen, lips split. 12 years old. He stirred when I touched his hand. "Mom said it was an accident," he whispered. An accident. Right. His mother stood at the door, arms crossed. Her new husband, a gym-bred narcissist with a smug grin, waited in the hall. When our eyes met, he smiled like a man testing boundaries. "Stay in your lane," he muttered when I passed. That night, I sat beside my son's bed and listened to the machine's hum. The rhythm reminded me of the one I used to hear through headsets in another life. Steady breathing before the kill. My ex tried to talk. I didn't listen. She married him 2 years after our divorce. Claimed he was stable, protective, better for our son. Now my boy flinched when the man entered the room. I didn't sleep. I memorized every bruise on his skin, every mark that shouldn't be there. Something in me shifted that night. Not rage, not grief, just precision. I started watching, quietly. Every pickup, every weekend visit, I noted his tone, his posture. The man liked control, liked dominance disguised as fatherhood, the kind that leaves no marks you can show in court. My ex defended him at every turn. "He's trying," she said. "You always twist things." Twist things. Right. So I stopped talking, started collecting. Security footage from the parking lot, credit card records, the detective's report. He'd been drunk, belligerent, boasting that the kid had to learn respect. But what the report didn't show was the pattern, months of manipulation, slow erosion of fear. I tracked his digital trail, old messages, deleted photos. One folder stood out, buried deep. It wasn't just violence, it was surveillance. He'd been recording my son, logging interactions, using them to control my ex. Emotional blackmail. That's when I understood. He didn't just want power, he wanted ownership. And she let him. I moved carefully, gathered every file, every timestamp, and forwarded them to a secure drive, under a pseudonym I hadn't used since Tel Aviv. The part of me that once hunted men was awake again. But this wasn't about vengeance, it was about balance. The final piece came from a phone call, a voicemail, time-stamped 2 weeks earlier. Her voice, my ex, whispering through tears, "I can't stop him. He says he'll ruin us both if I tell. He's got the footage. Please, just stay away." She wasn't protecting him, she was terrified. I drove to their house at dawn, parked outside, watched him through the kitchen window. Coffee mug, bare chest, a man convinced the world bends for him. He didn't see me until I stepped inside. "You shouldn't be here," he said, smirking. "Court orders." I set a folder on the counter. The recordings, the photos, his messages. Every piece of proof laid bare like open veins. He flipped through them, face draining. Then he looked at me, half fury, half fear. "You think this proves anything?" I didn't speak, just slid a USB drive toward him. "It's already with the police," I said softly. And a copy went to Child Protective Services. His jaw twitched. For the first time, he looked small. He lunged forward, finger raised, face red. "You think you can ruin me?" I stepped closer, voice flat. "No, you did that yourself." He froze. Something in my eyes must have told him what I didn't need to say, that I'd already run his kind to ground before, in other countries, with less mercy. He backed away. I took one last look around that house, the life they'd built on manipulation and silence, and turned to leave. Behind me, I heard him mutter, "You'll regret this." I stopped at the door. "No," I said quietly, "you will. Every day you wake up and remember that I let you live." The custody hearing took 6 hours. He didn't show up. The detective called later. Anonymous evidence packet landed on my desk. Clean work. I didn't answer. Just listened to the waves outside my apartment. The sea again, constant, indifferent. My son sleeps in the next room now. No machines, no fear. Just steady breathing. Sometimes I replay that night on the rig, the call, the silence after, and I realize something brutal. The distance between father and protector is measured not in love, but in restraint. I didn't kill him. I just took away everything he used to matter. And somehow that felt colder, cleaner, final.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.